verses 10 through 13 and verse 16. Be kindly affectionated one to another with brotherly love, in honor, preferring one another, not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving Adonai, rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer, distributing to the necessity of saints, given to hospitality. Be of the same mind one toward another. Mind not high things, but condescend to men of low estate.
Shabbat Shalom, family. Our selection today, I Need You to Survive.
The oracles of the UCI. 1 Peter chapter 4, verses 7 through 11. But the end of all things is at hand. Be you therefore sober, and watch unto prayer. And above all things have fervent love among yourselves, for love shall cover the multitude of sins. Use hospitality one to another without grudging. As every man has received the gift, even so minister the same one to another as good stewards of the manifold grace of Elohim. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of Elohim. If any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which Elohim gives, that Elohim in all things may be glorified through Yahshua the Mashiach, to whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. Amen. Ephesians chapter 4, verses 29 through chapter 5 and verse 4. Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. And grieve not the Holy Spirit of Elohim, whereby you are sealed until the day of redemption. Let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice. And be you kind one to another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, even as Elohim for Yahshua's sake has forgiven you. Be you therefore followers of Elohim, as their children, and walk in love, as the Mashiach also have loved us, and has given himself for us an offering and sacrifice to Elohim for a sweet-smelling savor. But fornication and all uncleanness or covetousness, let it not be once named among you as becomes saints. Neither filthiness, nor foolish talking, nor jesting, which are not convenient, but rather given of thanks. Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verses 1 and 2. Keep your foot when you go to the house of Elohim, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil. Be not rash with your mouth, and let not your heart be hasty to utter anything before Elohim. For Elohim is in heaven, and you upon earth. Therefore let your words be few. Exodus chapter 23, verses 20 and 21. Behold, I send an angel before you, to keep you in the way, and to bring you into the place which I have prepared. Beware of him, and obey his voice. Provoke him not, for he will not pardon your transgressions, for my name is in him. Revelations chapter 3, verses 20 through 22. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come in to him, and will sup with him, and he with me. To him that overcomes will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even as I have also overcame and am sat down with my Father in his throne. He that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says unto the churches.
All right, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Which is peace on Yahweh's holy Sabbath day. Welcome to another holy convocation that Yahweh has enjoined unto us here in this body of Yahshua. You know, as we go into this book and we start realizing that there are going to be great changes that have to come upon the world because Yahweh has to manifest who his people are, and he has to manifest what he's going to do with those people, which is truly going to shake up the earth. But some of those great changes, we have to understand that turmoil has to come to at least our vision, our sight. He's going to clean up some things, and he doesn't operate like man. He doesn't go next door and tell the neighbors how they need to clean up their house. Now, Yahweh started his house. And all the things that are refuse, that are not quite right, he get rid of. And after he finishes with his house, then he goes out abroad. And that's something that we need to consider. One of the parts of the oracles that we read, beware, I have sent an angel to lead you in the way. Do not provoke him, for he will not pardon your transgression. Well, you have to pay attention to what happened a lot of times when the children of Israel got close to certain points. When Joshua was visited by an angel, he let him know, remove your shoes, for the place where you stand is holy ground. So when you get close to a certain point, that angel doesn't have that leniency upon you. All right, you done got close enough. Now, when Yahweh starts establishing, all right, this is, I'm going to regather my houses Okay, then he's going to start saying, all right, whoa. I'm going to need you to check that at the door. You know, and we don't really consider what's happening. Moshe was fine going to get the children of Israel up to a certain point. And the angel said, this is far enough. If you don't take care of that circumcision, I don't care what other promises Yahweh has made to you. Consider that now. Yahweh has given Moshe all of these things, right? But he didn't tell him that, now you're going to have a problem in my governmental system, though, because my angel not going to let you go too far without that circumcision. Yahweh tells him, hey, here's the staff. You're going to be able to do this. You're going to be able to do that. Now go ahead. Now, you know what other business you need to take care of. But, you know, we have that tendency, as long as nobody else says anything, then we feel like we're getting away with it. And then because we have respect to persons, we think, okay, if I'm dealing with a higher up, you know, Yahweh has brought his spirit among me. I ain't got to worry about this angel. He get to a certain point and the angel like, that's it. You take another step past this line without that circumcision, and we're going to take care of this business. We have to understand what that means when he says, begin at my sanctuary. Let's begin today's sermon in Ezekiel chapter 9. Ezekiel chapter 9, and we're going to start that at verse 1. Begin at my sanctuary. We know all of these great changes have to be made. We know that some things have to be put in order. But do we understand exactly what that means for us?
Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 1. He cried also in mine ears with a loud voice, saying, cause them that have charge over the city to draw near, even every man with his destroying weapon in his hand. And, behold, 6 men came from the way of the higher gate, which lies toward the north, and every man a slaughter weapon in his hand. And one man among them was clothed with linen, with a writer's inkhorn by his side. And they went in and stood beside the brazen altar.
So if you have, behold, 6 men came from the way of the higher gate, which lies toward the north, every man with a slaughter weapon in his hand. Among them was a man clothed with linen with the writer's inkhorn. Which one of them men you going to pay the most attention to? Babylon said we need to pay attention to the man with the weapon. You got slaughter weapons, and then you have a man with a writer's inkhorn. I mean, what can he do? I mean, he got a pen. What he going to do? Okay, keep reading.
And the glory of the Elohim of Israel was gone up from the cherub, whereupon he was, to the threshold of the house. And he called to the man clothed with linen, which had the writer's inkhorn by his side. Mm-hmm. And Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
All right, so if the abominations done in the city don't bother you, then the man with the writer's inkhorn not really bothering you. He not coming. He not coming to you. Now, see, we would be paying more attention to the man with the slaughter weapon, but the man with the writer's inkhorn is the one who decides who gets slaughtered. And we got a holster with a pen in it. Come on, man. He got a holster. It said he got it on his side. Is that not a holster? He got a holster, but that's a bad pen. When a brother got a pen with a holster, damn it, I'm gonna get me one of those. I need me a holster for my pen. Just walk around with the holster just out there, and say, no, this is open carry. It's open carry. It's legal in this state. I can openly carry this pen in this holster. That's a bad man. But ain't nobody paying no attention to the guy with the writer's inkhorn. He don't look dangerous. He got a pen. But the slaughter weapons move according to what his pen says. Go ahead.
And to the others he said in mine hearing, go you after him through the city, and smite. Let not your eye spare, neither have you pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women.
Wait a minute now. Now see, the God of love that is about to be preached tomorrow would never say these things. So there's a different God being worshipped, because we're not dealing with the same Elohim. So keep reading. We're gonna find out how important this man with the writer's inkhorn is.
But come not near any man upon whom is the mark.
Okay, so whenever the man with the writer's inkhorn put the mark on him, leave that man alone. So don't bother that man. So, wait a minute. We're not talking about marking over the door with the blood of the lamb, and now your house is protected. Wait a minute. We're talking about a different marking now. See, you could have just heard from somebody, hey, go mark over your door with the blood of the lamb. I heard the Hebrews talking about it. Mm-hmm. I was listening. Go mark over your door. Wait a minute. Them angels not going to be tricked. Do they have the mark or do they not have this mark? If they have the mark, bypass them. But the angel is deciding that. So as we decide we're going to put together a lackadaisical effort, and we may be fooling man. You may have some people that say that's a fine individual in the word. Okay, let's see if the angel is convinced with your service. Because if he's not, you're not getting the mark. If you don't get the mark, you're getting destroyed. Go ahead.
And began at my sanctuary. Then
Wait a minute. Begin where?
At my sanctuary.
Okay. See, he don't do like man. He ain't starting down the street talking about how unclean the neighbor's house is. No. He said, no, start at my house. Don't go down the street. Don't go no other place. Start at my house. But when he done there, that's when the street's going to get it. But he got to start at his house first. Go ahead.
Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house.
Wait a minute. They started with the elders. Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. And y'all, the elders are the ones that's supposed to know the most. So he starts not only at his house, but he starts according to the level that they're supposed to be at. Now, he said, children going on down. Wait a minute. Now, if he going to slay maids and children, then that means those children are connected to grown-ups who didn't do what they were supposed to do. Because he starts with the elders. So when he gets to those elders, okay, you didn't teach them, I'm going to take care of you and them. Go ahead.
And he said unto them, defile the house and fill the courts with the slain. Go you forth. And they went forth and slew in the city. And it came to pass, while they were slaying them, and I was left, that I fell upon my face, and cried, and said, Ah, Adonai Elohim, will you destroy all the residue of Israel in your pouring out of your fury upon Jerusalem? Then said he unto me, the lawlessness of the house of Israel and Yehudah is exceeding great, and the land is full of blood, and the city full of perverseness. For they say, Yahweh has forsaken the earth, and Yahweh sees not. Mm-hmm. And as for me also, mine eye shall not spare, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense their way upon their head. And behold, the man clothed with linen, which had the inkhorn by his side, reported the matter, saying, I have done as you have commanded me.
That's why we can't play with the angels. I have done as you have commanded. The angel doesn't have any negotiation. It's either he has done what was given unto him or he didn't. It's real simple to him. And we need to understand that these are the entities that we're going to be dealing with. We're not going to be dealing with, Yahweh, like you can just up and say at any time, Yahweh come and Yahweh, he's no. There's an order of operations. And these angels have jobs. And you can't keep going to any kind of business, and every time something go wrong, you say, well, call the CEO. I need to talk to him. No, you ain't getting to the CEO. You're not getting there. You're going to have to follow the order that is being pushed by the individuals in charge on that level. Let's go to Psalm chapter 4.
Psalms chapter 4 and verse 1. Hear me when I call, O Elohim of my righteousness. You have enlarged me when I was in distress. Have mercy upon me and hear my prayer. O you sons of men, how long will you turn my glory into shame? How long will you love vanity and seek after leasing? But know that Yahweh has set apart him that is godly for himself. Yahweh will hear when I call on to him.
But know Yahweh has set apart him that is godly for himself. When Yahweh has set aside something for his use, this means that your personal things that you may be trying, they ain't working out. And you confused. That you're like, I don't understand. I'm walking. I'm trying to walk. And I try some things and it looked like it don't prosper me. Wait a minute now. If you set him aside that is godly for himself, he said, well, that means he has his own purpose for that individual. That means he has his own timing. So, we go through, we like to plan our lives. They kind of mess us up, around about middle school. They say, well, tell you, what you want to do with your life. And then, from that point on, you start planning, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to be rich by 25. And then I'm going to be married with a couple kids. So you start this dream. First of all, you've started this and you don't have any knowledge about who you are. You don't have any knowledge. You 5th, 6th grade, okay? You just learned how to close the trapper keeper and not let your homework slide out, okay? So you don't know jack. And now they done ask you to give your full life guess. And then you go along with the guess from year to year. We don't know anything about what Yahweh has planned for us, but we got our plan. They line the kids up. What you want to be? I would be a fireman. They get a little older and figure out, I hate fire. But damn it sound good. It looked good on television until they got close to a fire and be like, wait a minute. The fireman got on the most clothes of anybody. So you getting hotter and they got on more clothes. Everybody else running out the fire and the fireman running in. It sounded good in the 5th grade. Okay. Until you stood outside and felt, you mean you can feel the heat before you get there? Now I need to rethink this plan. But see, we go along with these plans without any knowledge whatsoever of what Yahweh has in store for us. So then, when we get to the point of him getting ready to work some things in our lives, we're now upset. Because we done had a false dream for the last 10, 12 years. And we wondering, well, didn't he hear me when I said what I wanted? Go ahead.
Stand in awe and sin not. Commune with your own heart upon your bed and be still. Offer the sacrifices of righteousness and put your trust in Yahweh. There be many that say, who will show us any good? Yahweh, lift you up the light of your countenance upon us. You have put gladness in my heart, more than in the time that their corn and their wine increased. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep. For you, Yahweh, only maketh me dwell in safety.
All right, let's go to Numbers chapter 1. Numbers chapter 1, let's start at verse 44.
These are those that were numbered, which Moshe and Aaron numbered, and the princes of Israel, being 12 men, each one was for the house of his fathers. So were all those that were numbered of the children of Israel, by the house of their fathers, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war in Israel.
Now, when you even get down to this, you find out how Yahweh deals with offspring. So were all those that were numbered of the children of Israel by the house of their fathers. Yet we got people walking around saying they Jewish through their mama. I'm sorry, but this is the Torah. This is the book that is the foundation for the true children of Israel. How do you be Jewish or anything through your mama? When Yahweh says he counts the lineage through the fathers, they're not even counted. You don't have nobody counted through their mama. A woman can produce any nation she lay down with, because what she produces is going to be the product of the man who she's laying with. He is not even counting. So if somebody Jewish through their mama, they ain't counted. They're not counted in him, because he counting everybody through the daddy. Go ahead.
You know, Elder, the one instance where somebody could have probably switched that would have been the birth of Yahshua, and it shows his lineage going right back to Yessi.
Hey, but you see, you got two things in there. So you got one where it gives you the lineage coming through the line of Yosef, and then there's another one where it gives the lineage going through Mary. Now, if you just decide that you're going to grab that one, and this is how different people tell a story. You got to think. They say, all right, well, if he wasn't with her, then we're going to give Miriam's lineage. So they're trying to figure out how they're going to do that. And they want to go through that way. When you get down to it, what happens to this day? They aim to disrespect us as the head of the household every way, and it affects our women. They watch the disrespect and repeat the disrespect. They don't want to honor the man as the head of the house. But go to their house and see how they act. Oh, they honor that man in their house. Go and try to bypass the man and have a conversation with the woman in one of their houses, and she want that woman just look at you. Bill, the guy's talking to me. We'll keep going and keep talking to the person instead of checking that person. You see my husband right there. I don't know why you keep talking to me. My husband right there. See, you go over there, they're going to let you know, now Bill's right here. Bill's right here. Don't just stop. Don't bring it here. Bill's right here. Talk to Bill. They're not even going to let it happen. But because we getting pushed in that, we allow it. So then our woman is sitting there talking to the man, knowing it's supposed to be, hey man, stop talking to me. I don't know you. You done walked up, show respect to my house. You see this man sitting here. You can't help but see him. Look at him. You ain't miss him. Them insurance men used to come to our neighborhoods and go straight to the woman. Walk right past the man and go straight to the woman. So we've been taught this kind of disrespect, and we think it's normal. It ain't normal. Go ahead.
Verse 46. Even all they that were numbered were 600,000 and 3,550. But the Levites after the tribe of their fathers were not numbered among them. For Yahweh had spoken unto Moshe, saying, Only you shall not number the tribe of Levi, neither take the sum of them among the children of Israel.
Right. See, those that are godly, he set aside for himself. He said, no, don't count them. Now, see, then we get into some instances where we want to be counted with the normal people, and then we get upset. Well, why ain't I over there in the number of them? Man, no, he got you set aside for him. You can't be in that, and we get upset. But I wanted to go to the party. No, he got you set aside for himself. But I wanted to go and join the gang just like everybody else. They wouldn't let you join the gang. What you mean I can't join the gang? They said you wasn't gang worthy. What do you mean? I bust some shots. Right. See? What the gang leader ain't telling you is that I spoke to your God yesterday night, and he told me be careful what I say to you. Neither good nor bad. Okay. All right. But we mad they wouldn't let us join. Right. Read, Rick.
But you shall appoint the Levites over the tabernacle of testimony, and over all the vessels thereof, and over all things that belong to it. They shall bear the tabernacle and all the vessels thereof, and they shall minister unto it, and shall encamp round about the tabernacle.
Wait a minute. So they live round about the tabernacle because there's going to be so much to do. They might have to come and go at any time. So he said, look, you're going to live around the tabernacle because we got duties that need to be fulfilled. This is why when they come up and they said to Yahshua, why do your disciples pick corn? He said, man, don't you know the priests profane the Sabbath and are held blameless? Man, they working. At any given point, they might say, hey, we need such and such. This right here fell down. We need to pick it up. You don't think they're just going to leave it down now because it's the Sabbath? They working the whole Sabbath. Go ahead.
And when the tabernacle sets forward, the Levites shall take it down. And when the tabernacle is to be pitched, the Levites shall set it up.
Now, by setting apart those individuals that are for him, when it's time to move his holy things, it's not the common man among everybody. It is these set apart individuals who don't have the same things as everybody else. And we keep getting upset because we want to have all of the things. We want to blend in with all of the other individuals. But when it comes down to being set apart, we want that too. You got to figure out which one of them you're going to have. Go ahead.
And the stranger that comes near shall be put to death. And the children of Israel shall pitch their tents, every man by his own camp, and every man by his own standard.
Now, what you're looking at that point then is the construction part, when it's time to break down the tabernacle to move. So this is a construction crew, if you will. The construction crew with Levites. We might look at certain jobs and we say, well, I want to be a priest, or I want to sing. I want nobody just be signing up saying, I want to be part of the construction team. Wait a minute, construction team priest. Construction team priest, you can't touch the stuff. When it's time to deconstruct it to move, those are priests that's deconstructing that. Those are priests that are putting that back together. But folks say, I want to be such and such. That job don't get enough glory. And the stranger that comes near shall be put to death. You have to wonder, when it came down to certain times, when it was time to build and put things together, you notice that some people could never make it. Yahweh didn't want their hands on it. They can't work it. Every time they showed up, it was a problem. Come the power go out. Man, what happened to the power? He came. Let him leave. I bet the power come back on. He's like, he's not working on my house. Go ahead.
Throughout their hosts. But the Levites shall pitch round about the tabernacle of testimony, that there be no wrath upon the congregation of the children of Israel. And the Levites shall keep the charge of the tabernacle of testimony. And the children of Israel did according to all that Yahweh commanded Moshe, so did they.
So this is why you just can't allow some stranger to come up and give service in the house. He can't just come up and get to a part where let me help y'all do this. No, you can't help us do that. He's very strict about those things, even when it come down to how much he loved King David. He loved him. He said, but you can't build me a house. See, your hands got too much blood on it. Now, Yahweh is the one who led him to shed the blood. But that's a king's job. A king's job is to gather all of those lands together and build the kingdom. You can't build a house. Somebody else is going to have to build a house. You're not going to be able to build a house. Not with that blood on your hand. Now, we can't figure out why he wouldn't let us join the game. Silly Negroes. Right. Let's go to 1 Chronicles chapter 15. See, he already knew what we were going to do. That's why you couldn't join the game. So he know if you take that life, then now he got to give you a different job. First Chronicles chapter 15, and let's start that at verse 1.
And David made him houses in the city of David, and prepared a place for the ark of Elohim, and pitched for it a tent. And David said, none ought to carry the ark of Elohim, but the Levites. For them has Yahweh chosen to carry the ark of Elohim, and to minister unto him forever.
Right. Now, how was he absolutely assured of this fact?
The death of Esaac.
The death of another man. When he failed, he realized how he failed. And instead of doing the same thing again, he went back and regrouped. See, a lot of times our arrogance and our pride tell us to try again immediately. Once this man died, he let that thing go somewhere else. He had to sit back and meditate. All right, now, but how? I'm trying to do something good, and there's a death. Then he has to go back and look at the order. See, we think Yahweh is going to be enthused with our desire to do something good. The brother that touched the ark had a desire to do something good, but his order wasn't right. See, Yahweh is about the order of that. So once David backs back, he regroups. He figures out, okay, not only I'm still going to do the good thing, but now I'm going to do the good thing orderly. So when we allow something to go disorderly, do we then have blood on our hands because we decided not to say,
well, I don't want to say nothing because I'm going to hurt somebody's feelings if I say something. So I'm just going, I see that, I don't think that's right, but I'm not going to say nothing.
Now, are you responsible for their spiritual death? Because you didn't want to inconvenience yourself and say anything? What if somebody knew that Uzzah wasn't supposed to be there and they didn't say anything? Understand, the Levites know their job. The Levites knew that they were supposed to be the only ones carrying that. Now, were they starstruck? Were they scared of the king? What was the issue? Why didn't they raise saying, hey, man, hey, king, ain't nobody supposed to be touching that but us? Yes, men don't help the kingdom. They don't help the kingdom. I don't care what you think. They do not help the kingdom. If somebody would have stood up, man, I know you the king. Man, I know you in charge. But that ain't right. Tell somebody got to live. He had no ill will or discontent toward Yahweh at all. He just made a mistake and his hand touched the wrong thing at the wrong time, point blank, he out of here. But order would have protected him. The same thing that we fight. Go ahead.
And David gathered all Israel together to Jerusalem to bring up the ark of Yahweh onto his place, which he had prepared for it. And David assembled the children of Aaron and the Levites. Of the sons of Kohath, Uriel the chief, and his brethren 120. Of the sons of Merari, Asa the chief, and his brethren 220. Of the sons of Gershom, Joel the chief, and his brethren 130. Of the sons of Elzaphan, Shemaiah the chief, and his brethren 200. Of the sons of Hebron, Eliel the chief, and his brethren 80. Of the sons of Uzziel, Amminadab the chief, and his brethren 112. And David called for Zadok and Abiathar the priests, and for the Levites, for Uriel, Asa, and Joel, Shemaiah, and Eliel, and Abinadab, and said unto them, You are the chief of the fathers of the Levites. Sanctify yourselves, both you and your brethren, that you may bring up the ark of Yahweh Elohim of Israel onto the place that I have prepared for it.
Not just, all right, you are Levites, but also sanctify yourself. So he is going through, he's pulling everything out the bag at this point. Sanctify yourself for the job that we have at hand, because it is a holy situation to move Yahweh's holy articles. Go ahead.
For because you did it not at the first, Yahweh our Elohim made a breach upon us, for that we sought him not after the due order.
He acknowledges his transgression. We didn't do it. Now people might say, well, wait a minute, now David's saying we. Why he ain't say I? Hey man, y'all Levite. If anybody know their job, it's supposed to be y'all. So y'all stood there and let it be moved. We. Go ahead.
You know, Elder, but they give us this thing of separation of church and state. But we see today, from the state position, he had to know what the heck to do to correct this.
Yeah, but in their wicked system, I need them to have separation of church and state. Now, when we get to our holy land, yeah, you can do all that. But I need their state to be way the hell separate from our church. That's what I need. I need them to have that separation right now, because them people wicked. Go ahead.
So the priests and the Levites sanctified themselves to bring up the ark of Yahweh Elohim of Israel.
They sanctified themselves. They didn't just go among holy things any old kind of way. Go ahead.
And the children of the Levites bear the ark of Elohim upon their shoulders with the staves thereon, as Moshe commanded according to the word of Yahweh.
So then somebody went back. David had to go back and go into this book. It says that the king must write a copy of the law and read out of it all the days of his life. So he had to go back and do some research and say, all right, this is the way this is supposed to be done. We made an error. Go ahead.
And David spake to the chief of the Levites to appoint their brethren to be the singers with instruments of music, psalteries, and harps and cymbals, sounding by lifting up the voice with joy. So the Levites appointed Heman, the son of Joel, and of his brethren Asaph, the son of Berechiah, and of the sons of Merari, their brethren, Ethan, the son of Cushiah.
Now we get into this and find out, wait a minute. So singing is a Levitical priest job? See, we just, we like to do a little music. So, we just kind of, hang around. We don't really understand. Wait a minute. If this is a priestly job, then when we decide, I'm going to have do it, how is he going to come at us? Well, I don't feel like going to practice today. I had a long day. Okay. Go ahead.
And with them their brethren of the second degree, Zechariah, Ben, and Yaziel, and Shemiramoth, and Yehiel, and Unai, Eliab, and Benaiah, and Messiah, and Mattithiah, and Elaphalel, and Mechaniah, and Obed-Edom, and Yeiel, the porters.
And it's so funny when you go in this part of the book, you don't see no Peters and Pauls. you don't see no Peters and Pauls. Well, where are all the Peters? Where are the Peters? You start looking in here, you start looking in the base of this book, and damn it, there ain't no Peter nowhere. But all of a sudden, once Yahshua come into the picture, now we got names like Jesus. Now we get Peter, now we get Paul. Wait a minute. We don't have Matthias, we get Matthew. Wait a minute. Where all those names at around here? No, they ain't have time. It just take too long. See, the devil lays it just like regular people. You understand? Don't get into it. The devil like, that's just too much work. There's 1,000 names in there. We can't change all of them. Okay, look, just change the ones around Yahshua. Good God, come on now. It's just too much work. Why you didn't change all these names? Why don't we have classic Gentile names all throughout this book? How is it that the classic Gentile names don't show up until Christ come into the picture? Right. They weren't going to change all these. That is just absolutely too much work. And you have to look at how many names end in Yah and how many names end in El. They are all glorifying their Father. Yet, all of a sudden, when they get ready to do something, the names don't end in El or Yah. Okay, go ahead.
So the singers, Heman, Asaph, and Ethan, were appointed to sound with cymbals of brass. And Zechariah, and Aziel, and Shemamath, and Yahael, and Unai, and Eliab, and Maaseiah, and Benaiah, with psalteries on Almoth, and Mattithiah, and Eliphel, and Mechaniah, and Obed-Edom, and Yeiel, and Azariah, with harps on the Sheminith, to excel.
So you couldn't even join the band if you wasn't a Levite. And you said, well, look, man, I can play a cymbal with the best of them. Is that the guy with who the triangle dude? I wanted to just bang. I want to do that. I mean, you got to think, man, somebody in Earth, Wind, and Fire, that dude, that's just one dude, and he waiting for his. I mean, he dancing the whole song. Bing, that's it. That's all. He gonna get a check for that. He's the cymbal guy. He can fall asleep through practice and just, bing, there. And then else. Okay? But these holy jobs right here. Go ahead.
And Kenaniah, chief of the Levites, was for song. He instructed about the song because he was skillful.
Mm-hmm.
And Berechiah and Elkanah were doorkeepers for the ark. And Shebaniah and Jehoshaphat and Nathaniel and Amasai and Zechariah and Benaiah and Eleazar the priest did blow with the trumpets before the ark of Elohim, and Obed-Edom and Yahiah were doorkeepers for the ark. So Dawid and the elders of Israel and the captains over thousands went to bring up the ark of the covenant of Yahweh out of the house of Obed-Edom with joy.
So all of that previous information is to show you how detailed he went and just going to get it. Now, you could skip all of the names. A lot of times we don't like to read those names. Then you skip how detailed he is in dealing with this because of the mistake. Sometimes we don't like to make a mistake, but a mistake sometimes makes you better. After you make a mistake, your accuracy changes a little. You start to get a little bit more accurate in the details. So sometimes it's actually beneficial for Yahweh for you to make a mistake. Because see, if you can keep half doing it in passing, come on, man, we're gonna keep doing it. You mean I ain't got to practice at all? And I'll tell you what, I sung that song. Everybody told me. They said, boy, you sung that. Yes, I did. But when you mess up and everybody look at you,
Now, I got to go home and practice.
all right, okay, all right, right. He got you now. That's where he wanted you at, right there. That's where he wanted you at. Go ahead.
And it came to pass, when Elohim helped the Levites that bare the ark of the covenant of Yahweh, that they offered 7 bullocks and 7 rams. And David was clothed with a robe of fine linen.
Wait a minute. Now we're starting to get into some real priestly things. You're going to start seeing these 7 bullocks and these 7 rams. Wait a minute. We getting into a deeper level of something here. Go ahead.
And David was clothed with a robe of fine linen.
Wait a minute. The man with the writer's inkhorn had on linen. So now you got 7 bullocks, 7 rams, and now we got clothing of linen. Somebody been reading their book. Go ahead.
And all the Levites that bare the ark, and the singers, and Kenaniah, the master of the song with the singers, David also had upon him an ephod of linen. Thus all Israel brought up the ark of the covenant of Yahweh with shouting, and with sound of the cornet, and with trumpets, and with cymbals, making a noise with psalteries and harps. And it came to pass, as the ark of the covenant of Yahweh came to the city of David, that Michal, the daughter of Saul, looking out a window, saw King David dancing and playing, and she despised him in her heart.
So, no matter what it is you do, and no matter how much detail you put into it, there's going to be somebody who despises your effort, because they are going to see that the way they see that. He did something and caused a man to lose his life. He is putting his all into moving this ark, which is a holy thing. How many of us would go back to anything if we tried it and somebody died? We done it. As a matter of fact, look, you know why I didn't get a motorcycle when I was little? Because somebody else got hurt on a motorcycle. Now, my uncle had a motorcycle. My brother had a motorcycle. Back then, they had mini bikes. I had the whole frame ready. My uncle saved it for me. It was all right, so when you ready, we're going to put the motor on it, and this is yours. My mama saw somebody got hurt. She left the mini bike out there for trash when we moved. We ain't sell it, just gave it away. I was so distraught. When I got grown, I done bought 2 motorcycles. Okay, go ahead.
You know, Elder, you always mention the merging of the priesthood and the kingship. And we see David wearing an ephod right here.
You got it. And when you talk about the merging, understand something. It was that way in the beginning. When we talk about Melchizedek, it says he was the king and priest. So we got to go a while to get to what was already in the beginning. Then we have problems when it says that you're supposed to be a kingdom of priests. We have issues when all of a sudden the priesthood was opened up to Judah, and Judah is the tribe where the kings are. We think that maybe something strange is being done right here. Wait a minute, that was done in the beginning. But Yahweh takes his time in dealing with us. This is why we have different aspects of us with Yahweh. There's one part where we the children of Israel. There's another part where he said, this is my firstborn son. Then there's another part where he says, I'm married unto you. Wait a minute, that's different parts of your growth. Go ahead, brother. Did you finish that?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go to Numbers chapter 23. See, you notice as a child grows, you have to deal with that child differently. See, I was always one of those that you know, I kiss the babies a lot. I kiss my babies all the time. And then you realize at one point, And babies ain't gonna want you to kiss them no more. They say, wait a minute, Dad. Wait a minute now. This is starting to look funny. Damn. My little man grew up. I can't kiss him no more. It'd be a sad moment for me every time. And each one of them remind me, that the girls too. I keep like them, Dad. Damn. It's over. Each one of them gonna give you that day. It's over. It's a done deal. It's like they realize that, you know, all of a sudden they need a fig leaf. Damn. Baby doesn't grow up. I regretted this day. I dreaded this day. But it's here. And it's done deal. Ain't no going back. Don't catch me no more, Dad. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just throw your head up. Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
Numbers chapter 23.
And start at verse 8.
How shall I curse whom Elohim has not cursed?
How shall I curse whom Elohim has not cursed? But people still gonna try. Go ahead.
Or how shall I defy whom Yahweh has not defied? For from the top of the rocks I see him, and from the hills I behold him. Lo, the people shall dwell alone, and shall not be reckoned among the nations. Who can count the dust of Jacob, and the number of the fourth part of Israel? Let me die the death of righteousness, and let my last end be like his. And Balak said unto Balaam, What have you done unto me? I took you to curse mine enemies, and behold, you have blessed them altogether. And he answered and said, Must I not take heed to speak that which Yahweh has put in my mouth?
Right. Must I not take heed to speak that which Yahweh has put in my mouth? Now, sometimes we'll argue with that because sometimes what Yahweh put in your mouth does not fit the current situation. It may seem just a tad bit aggressive. And he said, there's no way that Yahweh want me to say that. Yeah, he wants you to say that. Go ahead.
And Balak said unto him, Come, I pray you, with me unto another place. From thence you may see them. You shall see but the utmost part of them, and shall not see them all, and curse me them from thence.
You have to think about what this means in verse 13. Maybe you didn't see them right. Won't you look at them from the side? See, and then you can curse them. Yeah, turn that on, brother. I think it's getting a little too cozy in here. He said, well, if you look at them from another angle, then maybe you'll be able to curse them then. Go ahead.
And he brought him into the field of Zophim, to the top of Pisgah, and built 7 altars, and offered a bullock and a ram on every altar.
Wait a minute. So here we go again with 7 altars. We got 7 bullocks and 7 rams. So there is some holy design that's there. Jump to verse 27.
And Balak said unto Balaam, Come, I pray you, I'll bring you unto another place. Peradventure it will please Elohim that you may curse me them from thence. And Balak brought Balaam unto the top of Peor, that looks toward Yishman. And Balaam said unto Balak, Build me here 7 altars, and prepare me here 7 bullocks and 7 rams.
Prepare me 7 bullocks and 7 rams. Go ahead.
And Balak did as Balaam had said, and offered a bullock and a ram on every altar.
All right. So then we see that there is a certain offering when it comes down to trying to entreat Elohim. All right. Let's go to Job chapter 42. So we see where King David was doing and walking in parts of the priesthood in several things. Even in eating the showbread, there were things that Yahweh was showing that a priest was going to come out of the loins of King David. So Job chapter 42, and we're going to start that at verse 1.
Then Job answered Yahweh and said, I know that you can do everything, and that no thought can be withholden from you. Who is he that hides counsel without knowledge? Therefore have I uttered that I understood not, things too wonderful for me, which I knew not. Hear, I beseech you, and I'll speak. I'll demand of you, and declare you unto me. I have heard of you by the hearing of the ear, but now mine eyes sees you. Wherefore I abhor myself, and repent in dust and ashes.
Now, why did Yahweh want to really do all of that to Job? Why is he putting this kind of pressure on this man? The man hasn't done any wrong. He hasn't been convicted of any sin. But Yahweh desired something closer and deeper with Job. And it didn't have anything with anything that he did. He did absolutely nothing. Go ahead, keep reading.
And it was so, that after Yahweh had spoken these words unto Job, Yahweh said to Eliphaz the Temanite, my anger is kindled against you and against your two friends, for you have not spoken of me the thing that is right, as my servant Job had.
Now, this is what makes dealing with Yahweh confusing. He'll fuss at you, then go fuss at the people who were fussing at you. See, this is why you can't just catch feelings all the time dealing with Yahweh. Yahweh fussing at me. Yeah, he's fussing at them too. He's an equal opportunity fusser at her. All right? He get everybody involved. What did he say? Come out, you three. Moshe, I ain't had nothing to do with this. I ain't even heard. What you calling me for? I normally go meet you in another place. I don't be coming out with them. Now come out, you three. No, he getting everybody involved. Go ahead.
Therefore take unto you now 7 bullocks and 7 rams, and go to my servant Job, and offer up for yourselves a burnt offering, and my servant Job shall pray for you.
Wait a minute. So we had a question last week, and it was like, how does one get into the priesthood? Because we deal with all of these titles. If they are offering 7 bullocks and 7 rams up to Job, what is Job? But see, because we don't read a certain thing, we say, well, this man can't be no priest. I mean, how does Yahweh see him? See, I don't care how men see you. How does he see you? Why does he get 7 bullocks and 7 rams? Wait a minute. These are the offerings that were made when the ark was moved. Yet these people got to go unto Job with the offering, and then he's going to pray for you? How is he not a priest? But see, we still looking for the title. Where the title at? See, we mad that the book don't say priest Job. Go ahead.
For him will I accept, lest I deal with you after your folly.
Wait a minute. Him will I accept. Wait a minute. So Yahweh will set apart him that is godly for himself. Sometime to be set apart, he got to smack you around a little bit. Sometime the meat had to be tenderized before you put it on the altar. Go ahead.
In that you have not spoken of me the thing which is right, like my servant Job.
Yeah, my servant Job spoke right, even though I was chastising him. He spoke right, even though he was going through hell. All we got to do is go through hell, and everything come out our mouth is more hell. What his wife said, curse Elohim and die. She wasn't even getting to hell. All she did was saw it. She wasn't sick. She was sick of seeing him sick. She wasn't sick at all. Nothing happened to her. What came out of her mouth? Curse Elohim and die. She worried about her own comfort. Go ahead.
So Eliphaz the Temanite, and Bildad the Shuhite, and Zophar the Naamathite went, and did according as Yahweh commanded them. Yahweh also accepted Job. And Yahweh turned the captivity of Job when he prayed for his friends. Also Yahweh gave Job twice as much as he had before.
So Job's blessing was in the service that he did, even against the people who came against him. So now he is getting restored. His restoration is in helping the people. Okay. Now his substance is increased because of how he deals with them. Every bit of it sounds like priesthood to me. Go ahead.
Then came there unto him all his brethren and all his sisters, and all they that had been of his acquaintance before, and did eat bread with him in his house. And they bemoaned him, and comforted him over all the evil that Yahweh had brought upon him. Every man also gave him a piece of money, and every one an earring of gold. So Yahweh blessed the latter end of Job more than the beginning, for he had 14,000 sheep, and 6,000 camels, and 1,000 yoke of oxen, and 1,000 she-asses. He had also 7 sons and 3 daughters.
Wait a minute. He blessed Job at the latter end more than the first. Now, if we try so hard to hold on to what we have, while Yahweh is trying to purge us, it says that if something brings forth fruit, he purges it, that it bring forth more fruit. So then he gets to the point of purging it, but we want to keep everything we have, not understanding that he's in the process of multiplying everything you have. But you were so scared of losing what you had that you didn't get more. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
And he called the name of the first Yemima, and the name of the second Keziah, and the name of the third Keren-Happuch. And in all the land were no women found so fair as the daughters of Job, and their father gave them inheritance among their brethren. And after this lived Job 140 years, and saw his sons and his sons' sons, even 4 generations. So Job died being old and full of days.
Right. But it appeared that Job was going to die right when he was going through all of those trials and tribulations. But that was just a trial for him. That was not going to be his death. Matter of fact, he has more after the trial than he had before. So then you have to look. There are certain points that if we pay attention, we didn't like certain situations. But then you look at how you progress after the situation. Then that means that problem was necessary. Now, one of the things that I want to read something in Joel 2:17. It says, let the priests, the ministers of Yahweh, weep between the porch and the altar, and let them say, spare your people, O Yahweh, and give not your heritage to reproach, that the heathen should rule over them. Wherefore should they say among the people, where is their Elohim? Now, Job may not have called himself a priest, but if that was the role that Yahweh has for him, then that means Yahweh has to bring something in his life to make him weep. Then when he weeps, he's going to pray. And then Yahweh will answer the prayer that he led him to pray in the first place. Let's go to Matthew chapter 23. Now, it's easy to look at that and say, yeah, that was Job. But what happened if that's you? Well, you looking for sunshine and happy days, and you said, look, I've done right. And he said, no. What I need you to do is cry. Not for you. But you crying, my angels it's going to activate my angels. They're going to come and take care of some business, but I need to make you cry. Because when you cry, they move. But it's 10,000 people over here crying. Yeah, but he don't hear those. They only going to move when you cry. So guess what's going to have to happen? He got to bring some pain to you. Matthew 23, and let's start at verse 1.
Then spake Yahshua to the multitude and to his disciples, saying, the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moshe's seat. All therefore whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe, and do. But do not you after their works, for they say and do not.
Now, some people could look at this and say, you know what, Yahshua was just jealous that these people had positions and he didn't have one. You know, they get to work at the temple, man, and Yahshua got his own little moving church. You know, they gathering in little house to house. Yahshua just jealous. That's what's wrong with him. He just full of jealousy. Now, when Yahweh says begin at my sanctuary, here's where it starts to get interesting. There's parts of his house that you may not be designating as part of his house. There's part of his family that you just may not be designating as part of his family. And then you step the wrong way and realize that you done lost half your foot. Well, then what happened? You went at a part of his house, but you didn't even know that was a part of his house. He don't care what you know. So here come Yahshua saying, and he ain't holding no punches. People say, well, we must not, be rude to one another. Because some people could look at this and say, well, Yahshua is sowing discord. Now, why is he not sowing discord here? He is actually talking about these Pharisees. Keep reading.
For they bind heavy burdens and grievous to be borne, and lay them on men's shoulders, but they themselves will not move them with one of their fingers. Mm-hmm. But all their works they do for to be seen of men. They make broad their phylacteries and enlarge the borders of their garments.
Oh, they got their fringes on everything. They enlarge the borders of your garment. Your borders of your garments is where the fringes are. Oh, they enlarge the borders of their garment. They ain't going to do the other stuff that they supposed to be doing, though. See, all the people that's walking around with a tribal chart, those same people study that you're supposed to stay within your tribe. So why they marry outside the tribe then? Every time you see one of them brothers, they one of them married to some other sister in another. Wait, you told me that woman, the Hawaiians, was this tribe. You told me that these people were that tribe. Well, why the hell you married to one of them if you say you Judah? No. You don't even believe your own lie. You don't even believe your own lie. If you believe that you the tribe of Judah, then you should only be married to the tribe of Judah. You said that woman was Naphtali. You ain't even following your own lie. Go ahead.
And love the uppermost rooms at feasts, and the chief seats in the synagogues, and greetings in the markets, and to be called of men, Rabbi, Rabbi. But be not you called Rabbi, for one is your master, even the Mashiach, and all you are brethren. And call no man your father upon the earth, for one is your Father, which is in heaven. Neither be you called masters, for one is your master, even the Mashiach. But he that is greatest among you shall be your servant. And whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that shall humble himself shall be exalted. But woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you shut up the kingdom of heaven against men. For you neither go in yourselves, neither suffer you them that are entering to go in. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you devour widows' houses, and for a pretense make long prayer. Therefore you shall receive the greater damnation. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you compass sea and land to make one proselyte, and when he is made, you make him twofold more the child of hell than yourselves.
Hey, let me tell you something. He wasn't he's pretty on them, pretty hard. He wasn't hesitant at all. And these some powerful people that he's saying all this to. But he's calling out the way that they operate in his Father's house. Go ahead.
Woe unto you, you blind guides, which say, whosoever shall swear by the temple, it is nothing. But whosoever shall swear by the gold of the temple, he's a debtor. You fools and blind. For whether is greater, the gold or the temple that sanctifies the gold? And whosoever shall swear by the altar, it is nothing. But whosoever swears by the gift that is upon it, he is guilty. You fools and blind. For whether is greater, the gift or the altar that sanctifies the gift?
All right, now pause for a second. We're not even I mean, we right at halfway done with his statement against the Pharisees. The Pharisees are church leaders, okay? And he's saying all of these things against them and their doings. When we get in this word and we start calling out what they're doing in the churches, people say we have all kind of problems. Once again, I asked the same question that we posed last night. Do you love what he loved? Because he loved his father and his father's house and order in it so much that he called out those that were unruly in it. The one thing you will never hear amongst Sunday churches, they won't speak against other Sunday churches. Not gonna do it. I don't care if they got caught sacrificing babies in the basement. They're not gonna do it. They're not gonna say nothing about it. And wait a minute. I thought you said you loved the Lord, because he called out when they operated in hypocrisy. Oh, he called it out. So we find out once again, there's a problem of love going across the board, that they don't love how he loved. He loves so much that he won't order. Go ahead.
Whoso therefore shall swear by the altar swears by it, and by all things thereon. And whoso shall swear by the temple swears by it, and by him that dwells therein. And he that shall swear by heaven swears by the throne of Elohim, and by him that sits thereon. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you pay tithe of mint and anise and cumin, and have omitted the weightier matters of the law, judgment, mercy, and faith. These ought you to have done, and not to leave the other undone.
Now, he makes sure he covers that. He didn't say that they weren't supposed to keep the law. He said, these you ought to have done, and not to have left the other undone. He said, you pick and choose which things that you want to deal with in the law. Is that not Sunday morning? He said, oh, you down with the tithe, but I don't see you dealing with no other parts of the law. But yet when we say it, we are some kind of people in a cult. Well, wait a minute. Our God King High Priest said it. You going to call him a cult leader too? Go ahead.
You blind guides, which strain at a gnat and swallow a camel, woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you make clean the outside of the cup and of the platter, though within they are full of extortion and excess. You blind Pharisee, cleanse first that which is within the cup and platter, that the outside of them may be clean also. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you are like unto whited sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but are within full of dead men's bones and of all uncleanness.
So within are full of dead men's bones, but they look good on the outside. You go to most of these churches today, you're going to find the church and the cemetery on the same ground. They got dead men's bones right at the same part. Now wait a minute. Now this New Testament. Why they got a graveyard at the church? Down the street from here, it's a church that got the graveyard in the front. You got to walk through the graveyard to get to the front door. But I guarantee you, tomorrow they're going to be talking about how much they love the Lord. As they walk over the dead bones to walk in the front door. Go ahead.
You know, Elder, you was talking about, the modern stuff that's happening right here, as we can read it and don't see that it's modern. In verse 25, when it says, but within they're full of extortion and excess. When you say close the doors, don't get out of here till you pay this amount. That's extortion and excess.
You can tell people you needed to have that $35 million plane, because the old one was just a mere $20 million plane, and it didn't have all the amenities. It didn't have all the amenities that a person of your stature deserves. So they need that extra $15 million for this new plane. Now, I keep the old one, for weekend visits. But still. Okay. All right. Okay. Go ahead.
Even so you also outwardly appear righteous unto men, But within, you're full of hypocrisy and lawlessness.
Now, this Yahshua saying this now. This is the one that everybody say they love, right? Why he ain't walking around saying he love everything? So now, when you have the same operation, they say something wrong with you. Okay, they don't love the Lord like they say they love. Go ahead.
Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because you build the tombs of the prophets and garnish the graves of the righteous, and say, if we had been in the days of our fathers, we would not have been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets. Wherefore you be witness unto yourselves that you are the children of them which killed the prophets.
You are the children of them which killed the prophets. Go ahead.
Fill you up then the measure of your fathers, you serpents, you generation of vipers. How can you escape the damnation of hell? Wherefore, behold, I send unto you prophets and wise men and scribes, and some of them you shall kill.
Wait a minute. I'm going to send these people unto you, but some of them you are going to kill because you're not going to recognize who they are. See, we know a priest if they put priest before their name. But did you turn around and assault that individual not knowing who or what they were? Go ahead.
And some of them shall you scourge in your synagogues and persecute them from city to city. That upon you may come all the righteous blood shed upon the earth, from the blood of righteous Abel unto the blood of Zacharias, son of Barachias, whom you slew between the temple and the altar. Verily I say unto you, all these things shall come upon this generation.
All these things shall come upon this generation. Go ahead.
O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, you that killed the prophets and stoned them which are sent unto you.
Wait a minute. You killed the prophets and stoned them which are sent unto you. We don't like the people that are sent unto us. See, Yahweh know that we are a group of unruly people, so he's going to send somebody that's going to talk to us in a way that can get our attention. But we don't like them people. See, we want those people that's going to be nice. They were so nice to us on Sunday morning. They were nice. They told us God wasn't even mad at us. And God ain't mad at you. God love you. That's what we want. We want prophets for hire. We want them to talk to us really nice. They don't ever raise their voice unless they're saying, all right, it's time to shout and dance. But other than that, they will not raise their voice. But if Yahweh said he loved these people and he trying to call them people out of what they're in, he got to get a different kind of individual. That's why them prophets wasn't nothing to play with. They didn't go around. You have to learn the difference between the New Age prophet and the prophets that's in this book. Prophets that's in this book says some of the most uncomfortable things you have ever heard in your life. Go to one of them churches and hear when one of those prophets show up. He is the nicest, sweetest individual you have ever seen. Matter of fact, you need $1,000 just to come up and receive a prophecy. Right. I don't recall anybody having to pay to get the prophecy that Yahweh gave. He said, hey, go and tell them I said this.
Well, how much you want me to charge them, Lord?
I ain't not a damn time. I'm talking about not now. I'm telling you, I ain't saying I done read every page of this book, but I've been in it for a minute. And I ain't seen not now one of them say, I'm going to give you this prophecy, but you need to put the down payment. What? You need to pay your prophecy installments. I ain't never heard of prophecy installments. But why did prophets, a prophecy cost? I mean, is Yahweh in financial problems? Is he in insolvency? Is he having some issues? Does he need to build up or something? Why do the prophets that need money all of a sudden? Because they ain't ever need no money the whole time in this book. How all of a sudden now they financially strapped? Go ahead, Pri.
The one situation where a man did offer money for a gift, he ain't like what was told to him.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't work out well, did it? Go ahead, bro.
How often would I have gathered your children together, even as a hen gathers her chicken under her wings, and you would not? Behold, your house is left unto you desolate. For I say unto you, you shall not see me henceforth, till you shall say, Blessed is he that comes in the name of the Adonai.
All right. So, what Adonai are they preparing to see? They preparing to see somebody with a big old love emoji and some flowers. But this is the dude they're going to meet. The dude that keep hollering out, you hypocrites, you fools, you blind. Now, this is the dude they finna meet. But they getting ready for somebody that they done met on Tinder or something. They getting ready to meet some sweet fella. All right? But that ain't who they about to run into. See, they about to run into the dude who's saying, you fools, you blind, you hypocrite. Wait a minute. That's a different kind of date. Go ahead.
But he's saying all this while he came as the lamb.
Right. A lion roars harder. So this was the love cry. This was the love letter. You fools and blind. And, oh my goodness, he's so immaculately soft. What you gonna do when a lion, you know when a lion is just purring, it sounds like you about to die. It's just a paw. What the, I'm out. You ever seen that thing, man, where they go to the African safari and they ain't got no doors on, and the lion just run up through the car and roll his head all on the white people, and they like, come on, you cat. Let me tell you something. You notice it wasn't one black person in that safari? Not one of us. Because I'm trying to tell you, bro. Yahshua going to have to be there for me to let a lion come all up. Yahshua, you got him right. Yahshua. I'm talking about the lion crawl into the van and start rubbing his head on everybody. They playing with the lion. No. Me got rules. I'm not playing with that until Yahshua said, all right, it's peace in the land. All right, well, damn it, I'm getting me a lion then. Come on over here. Let me get one. I want one with the biggest mane. His head won't even fit inside the door. I want me one of those. But until then, that lion come up in that, it would have been one less safari goer. Because, hey, man, first, when I seen the safari car and realized there ain't no windows, hey, slick partner. Hey, let me ask you something. What a size that? What a size that? Because I noticed not only are there no windows, there's no doors. There's no doors. It's just, I mean, so the animals just come right up into the thing. They say, yeah, that's this kind of safari. Okay, well, you know what? We signed up for the wrong one. I'm sorry. Hey, that's it. That's the end of my safari trip. We went on safari. They put us on a school bus. And the bus was did high. And then you still had the little school bus windows. So at any point I could be like, oh hell no. I can let up the window. I remember Gabby was little and they had the little giraffe. And boy, she was like, oh, look at the giraffe. The giraffe was cute as hell over there. The closer that giraffe got, Gabby like, hey, hold on. Hey, what? Hey, hold on. I said, yeah, that's my baby right there. I said, that's my baby. The closer that giraffe got, she was like, hey. She started to go out the other window. That giraffe stuck his head in there. She was like, you know what? I'm done with this. Another safari, please. She tried to get off the bus while it was moving. I said, that's my baby there. Because let me tell you something. We find them animals. I watch the Animal Channel all day long. That my whole family tell you, I watch. But when they get too close, that's not watching no more. That's not watching. We're not gonna do that. All right, where we at, bro?
Psalms 105.
Psalms 105. Let's start at verse 1. We need to go on another safari, bro.
Yep.
but it's going to be the one with the windows. I can tell you now, it's going to be that one with the windows. I can tell you that. Because, hey, if they ain't got no doors, we're going to be sitting right there at the top. And I'm going to be saying, what's your refund policy? Because I'm not getting on that. Psalms 105, let's start at verse 1.
Oh, give thanks unto Yahweh. Call upon his name. Make known his deeds among the people. Sing unto him. Sing psalms unto him. Talk you of all his wondrous works. Glory you in his holy name. Let the heart of them rejoice that seek Yahweh. Seek Yahweh and his strength. Seek his face evermore. Remember his marvelous works that he has done, his wonders, and the judgments of his mouth. O you seed of Abraham, his servant, you children of Jacob, his chosen. He is Yahweh our Elohim. His judgments are in all the earth. He has remembered his covenant forever, the word which he commanded to 1,000 generations, which covenant he made with Abraham, and his oath unto Esaac, and confirmed the same unto Jacob for a law, and to Israel for an everlasting covenant, saying, Unto you will I give the land of Canaan, the lot of your inheritance. When there were but a few men in number, yes, very few, and strangers in it, when they went from one nation to another, from one kingdom to another people, he suffered no man to do them wrong. Yes, he reproved kings for their sakes.
Listen to that. He suffered them. They went from one nation to another. He suffered no man to do them wrong. He reproved kings for their sake, because they don't know that they are making a transgression inside Yahweh's house. They just see regular men and women. See, you can make a move and not know you moving inside the king's house. Oh, you gonna pay for that? Go ahead.
Saying, touch not mine anointed, and do my prophets no harm.
Touch not mine anointed. We like hearing sayings like that. The problem is you just don't know who his anointed are. See, his anointed don't go around glowing. Now, this might be a regular dude at the Walmart on aisle 6. And you just decided to get disrespectful. You done touch one of his anointed and have no idea. Go ahead.
Moreover, he called for a famine upon the land. He brake the whole staff of bread. He sent a man before them, even Joseph, who was sold for a servant, whose feet they hurt with fetters. He was laid in iron. Until the time that his word came, the word of Yahweh tried him. The king sent and loosed him, even the ruler of the people, and let him go free. He made him master of his house and ruler over all his substance, to bind his princes at his pleasure and teach his senators wisdom. Israel also came into Egypt, and Jacob sojourned in the land of Ham. And he increased his people greatly and made them stronger than their enemies. He turned their heart to hate his people, to deal subtly with his servants. He sent Moshe his servant, and Aaron, whom he had chosen. They showed his signs among them, and wonders in the land of Ham.
Wonders in the land of Ham. So the Egyptians are Hamite. Hamite mean burnt black. I don't know who them people they keep showing us talking about them people, the Egyptians. But them people ain't no Egyptian. Them people who live in Egypt. They're not Egyptian. Because Egyptians are Hamite. Ham mean burnt black. You keep going on them little expeditions, they'll show you the first little pyramids. You go and start seeing them other ones on the wall, and you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, all them people on that wall black. And they won't let them change those. They let them change some of those where they start putting chemicals on it so they lighten up the face of the people on the pyramid. But keep watching as they go deeper. The white folk done got control over this. Y'all leave these alone. Y'all can't change things. So you're like, well, who are these little dog people here? He said, oh, those Egyptians. Oh, really? So they tried to make the people look like their complexion of the people who live in the land now. Interesting. Go ahead.
He sent darkness and made it dark, and they rebelled not against his word. He turned their waters into blood, and slew their fish. Their land brought forth frogs in abundance in the chambers of their kings. He spake, and there came divers sorts of flies and lice in all their coasts.
Right. So the problems that they have, even what they think are atmospheric problems, is Yahweh's judgment. So these people trying to make the creepy clouds to block the sun, they think they gonna prevail. They don't understand that Yahweh is reproving them for his servants, the true children of Israel. That's why they can't stand the sun. This is why they're doing all of the research on melanin and then trying to put all kind of poison in our food so it'll break down our melanin. It says he has reproved kings for their sake. Okay, go ahead.
He gave them hail for rain and flaming fire in their land. He smote their vines also and their fig trees, and brake the trees of their coasts. He spake, and the locusts came, and caterpillars, and that without number, and did eat up all their herbs in their land, and devoured the fruit of their ground. He smote also all the firstborn in their land, the chief of all their strength. He brought them forth also with silver and gold, and there was not one feeble person among their tribes.
So here, this psalm is going through the entire part of coming out of Egypt, going through the plagues. You have to wonder, why are the songs that are like this called Negro spirituals? Why don't they call them Jewish spirituals? Everybody knows it's a lie except us. We're the only ones that don't know. Why don't we go and hear all of these songs? Why don't we hear those coming from the individuals in the land? They know they ain't had no part in this. Go ahead.
Egypt was glad when they departed, for the fear of them fell upon them. He spread a cloud for a covering and fire to give light in the night. The people asked, and he brought quails and satisfied them with the bread of heaven. He opened the rock, and the waters gushed out. They ran in the dry places like a river. For he remembered his holy promise and Abraham his servant. And he brought forth his people with joy and his chosen with gladness, and gave them the lands of the heathen, and they inherited the labor of the people, that they might observe his statutes and keep his laws. Hallelujah.
All right, let's go to Proverbs chapter 6. Proverbs chapter 6, and let's start at verse 1.
My son, if you be surety for your friend, if you have stricken your hand with a stranger.
If you strike your hand with a stranger, you entered into a covenant with a stranger. See, to strike hands is their agreement. See, if you go back, even back in the days when somebody shake on something, that was a deal. Okay? So understand now, you have then entered into a covenant with somebody you don't know. You have stricken hands with a stranger, you don't even know how they operate. You done entered into a covenant with this individual? Go ahead.
You are snared with the words of your mouth. You are taken with the words of your mouth. Do this now, my son, and deliver yourself. When you are come into the hand of your friend, go, humble yourself, and make sure your friend. Give not sleep to your eyes, nor slumber to your eyelids. Deliver yourself as a roe from the hand of the hunter, and as a bird from the hand of the fowler. Go to the ant, you sluggard. Consider her ways, and be wise. Which having no guide, overseer, or ruler, provides her meat in the summer, and gathers her food in the harvest. How long will you sleep, O sluggard? When will you arise out of your sleep? Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep, so shall your poverty come as one that travaileth, and your want as an armed man. A naughty person, a wicked man, walks with a froward mouth. He winks with his eyes, he speaks with his feet, he teaches with his fingers. Frowardness is in his heart. He devises mischief continually. he sows discord.
Now, why wasn't Yahshua accused of sowing discord? I mean, he said a whole lot of things about the Pharisees. Every last one of them was true. See, when we get to sowing discord, we doing it out of our imaginations. We talking about stuff we ain't even seen. Did you see that happen?
Well, I saw it in my mind.
All right, well, you ain't see it then. Go ahead.
Therefore shall his calamity come suddenly. Suddenly shall he be broken without remedy. These 6 things does Yahweh hate. Yes, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood. An heart that devises wicked imaginations.
And you got to be careful. You know, the heart will lead you to devise some wicked imagination. And you will feel content in those wicked imaginations. Sometimes you got to step beside yourself and chastise yourself. You know what? Stop thinking this. Sometimes you got to do it because that mind knows no boundaries, especially when we got that food box called the TV. That thing leads you. There's stuff that you would have never even thought about until you saw it on TV.
You mean that's possible?
Uh-oh. Now your wicked imagination is stretching. Oh, wait till we go to sleep tonight. Can't wait. Right. Go ahead.
Feet that be swift in running to mischief. A false witness that speaks lies, and he that sows discord among brethren. My son, keep your father's commandment, and forsake not the law of your mother. Bind them continually upon your heart, and tie them about your neck. When you goeth, it shall lead you. When you sleepeth, it shall keep you. And when you awake, it shall talk with you. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life. To keep you from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Lust not after her beauty in your heart, neither let her take you with her eyelids.
And all we want is strange women. That's all they show us on TV is us with strange women. They don't depict us with our own people. So we think that, hey, if we do something, we're supposed to get a strange woman. That's all the TV ever shows us. But it's interesting. Who's in charge of the TV? They never show their people with strange people. That's interesting. They only show us. We're in the middle of a game and don't even know it. Go ahead.
For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life.
You don't believe us? Ask Kanye. Poor fella. Go ahead.
Can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burnt? Can one go up on hot coals and his feet not be burnt? So he that goes into his neighbor's wife, whosoever touches her, shall not be innocent. Men do not despise a thief if he steal to satisfy his soul when he's hungry.
You have to look at how this is being put. He starts talking about adultery and then talks about a thief right beside. It sounds like those are disconnected. He's talking about the same thing. Those are not disconnected. He's talking about the exact same thing. It looks, when you first glance at it, that he's going to another topic. Read that again.
So he that goes into his neighbor's wife, whosoever touches her, shall not be innocent. Men do not despise a thief if he steal to satisfy his soul when he's hungry. But if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold. He shall give all the substance of his house. But whoso commits adultery with a woman lacks understanding. He that does it destroys his own soul. A wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. For jealousy is the rage of a man, wherefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. He will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content, though you give many gifts.
All right. Let's go to Genesis chapter 12. Because here it's quite interesting. What if you don't know? You know, how does Yahweh deal with certain situations where, maybe some information was hidden from you. Genesis chapter 12. Let's start at verse 1.
Now Yahweh had said unto Abram, get you out of your country and from your kindred and from your father's house unto a land that I will show you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll make of you a great nation, and I will bless you, and make your name great, and you shall be a blessing. And I'll bless them that bless you, and curse him that curse you. And in you shall all families of the earth be blessed. So Abraham departed as Yahweh had spoken unto him.
Now, this is a very, very powerful thing. I will bless them that bless you, and I will curse them that curse you. Now, that means people are going to approach this man as if he's a regular man, but he ain't no regular man. I mean, he looked like a regular man. He ain't glowing. But how you handle him is directly connected to some things that may happen to you and come upon you. Go ahead.
And Lot went with him. And Abram was 75 years old when he departed out of Haran. And Abram took Sarai his wife, and Lot his brother's son, and all their substance that they had gathered, and the souls that he had gotten in Haran, and they went forth to go into the land of Canaan, and into the land of Canaan they came.
Jump to verse 10.
And there was a famine in the land, and Abram went down into Egypt to sojourn there.
Now, you have to understand the prophecy that Yahweh is making them live out. All right? So he's calling Abraham, and now there's a famine in the land, and he has to go to Egypt. Ain't that exactly what happened to the children of Israel? There was a famine in the land, and they had to go down in Egypt. Mm-hmm. He is the prophet, and his life is the prophecy. Go ahead.
For the famine was grievous in the land. And it came to pass, when he was come near to enter into Egypt, that he said unto Sarai his wife, behold now, I know that you are a fair woman to look upon. Therefore it shall come to pass, when the Egyptians shall see you, that they shall say, this is his wife, and they will kill me, but they will save you alive.
Mm-hmm.
Say, I pray you, you are my sister, that it may be well with me for your sake, and my soul shall live because of you. And it came to pass that, when Abram was come into Egypt, the Egyptians beheld the woman, that she was very fair.
Uh-huh.
The princes also of Pharaoh saw her, and commended her before Pharaoh, and the woman was taken into Pharaoh's house.
All right. So here it is, this woman. You have to understand, this woman is Israel. Israel is then taken into Pharaoh's house. Keep reading.
And he entreated Abram well for her sake, and he had sheep and oxen, and he asses, and men servants, and maid servants, and she asses, and camels.
Mm-hmm.
And
Israel left out of Egypt with substance, right? Okay, go ahead.
And Yahweh plagued Pharaoh and his house with great plagues because of Sarai, Abram's wife.
Wait a minute. Egypt got plagued because of the wife Israel. Wait a minute. Yahweh said that he was married unto Israel. That was his wife, right? Okay. He's making him live out some things that we don't understand. Now, other people don't know what they're watching, but they are stepping into Yahweh's house, and he taking care of some business. Go ahead.
And Pharaoh called Abram and said, what is this that you have done unto me? Why did you not tell me that she was your wife?
Right. People don't know the relationship between Yahweh and Israel. See, sometimes you look at something and it's one thing on the surface, but it really is dealing with something else. Because you have to ask yourself, why does Yahweh not hold this man and this woman accountable for not revealing their marriage? Keep going.
Why said you, she's my sister? So I might have taken her to me to wife. Now therefore behold your wife, take her, and go your way.
Take your substance and your wife and get on out of here. Wait a minute, ain't that what happened to Israel?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But we still think when we going into Genesis that we just reading some stories. We don't understand that you're seeing prophets and prophecy. They're just having to live through them. And Yahweh keeps making this happen. Go to our Genesis chapter 20. See, this is why, see, the Sunday morning prophets don't want now and there this. Because, see, then that means the prophecy happened to your house. No. It's much easier to collect $1,000 and stand in the front of the church and hold somebody by the head and shake them and tell them what's going to happen in their life. No. Let's see it happen in your house. Let's see him live through and make the prophecy come out of your living room. No. They don't want no parts of that. Genesis chapter 20, and let's start that at verse 1.
And Abraham journeyed from thence toward the south country, and dwelt between Kadesh and Shur, and sojourned in Gerar. And Abraham said to Sarah, his wife, she's my sister. And Abimelech, king of Gerar, sent and took Sarah.
Here we go once again. This man is having to constantly deal with other people's desire toward his wife. But the wife represents Israel. Go ahead.
But Elohim came to Abimelech in a dream by night, and said unto him, behold, you are but a dead man.
Wait a minute. Now, why Yahweh ain't gonna do that? Yeah, that man told me that he was his sister. Man, you gonna tell me you gonna kill me? Go ahead.
For the woman which you have taken, for she is a man's wife.
Uh-huh.
But Abimelech had not come near her. And he said, Adnai, will you slay also a righteous nation, pardon me? Said he not unto me, she's my sister. And she, even she herself said, he's my brother. In the integrity of my heart and innocency of my hands have I done this.
Right. In the integrity of my heart and the innocency of my hands have I done this. They both told me this. Yahweh didn't care. I don't care what they told you. Go ahead.
You know, Elder, when you look at how Abimelech states this, he says, will you slay also a righteous nation?
Uh-huh.
He took the woman.
Uh-huh.
And he said, will you slay a righteous man?
Uh-huh.
The whole nation was going to pay for that.
You got it. But what did he say? I reprove kings for your sake. Okay. So when Yahweh says stuff like, start at my house, start at my sanctuary, the problem is there are people that are walking around that are pieces of his house and his sanctuary that you know not. And you might encroach upon something and end up having to pay for it. Keep reading.
And Elohim said unto him in a dream, yes, I know that you did this in the integrity of your heart.
Uh-huh.
For I also withheld you from sinning against me.
I withheld you from sinning against me. He said, I sent them unto the nations, and then I protected them. I caused the nations not to harm them. There's prophecy, and then there's the living prophecy. Do we recognize some of the things that happen to us in our lives? Or we just think, woe is me? Go ahead.
Therefore suffered I you not to touch her. Now therefore restore the man his wife, for he is a prophet.
Wait a minute. Restore the man, for he is a prophet. Where prophets come from in Genesis? Where we get prophets? Wait a minute. He way before his time in this whole prophecy department. Restore the man his wife. Go ahead.
And he shall pray for you, and you shall live.
Wait a minute. He gonna pray for you, and you gonna live. Now, he got that kind of power. You thought that was a regular man. You took his wife into your house. That ain't no regular man. That man working with something different. I don't care what he told you. I don't care what she told you. I'm telling you that this man is a prophet. We don't know nothing about no prophecy. Go ahead.
And if you restore her not, know that you shall surely die, you and all that is yours. Therefore Abimelech rose early in the morning, and called all his servants, and told all these things in their ears. And the men were sore afraid. Then Abimelech called Abraham, and said unto him, what have you done unto us? And what have I offended? And what have I offended you, that you have brought on me and on my kingdom a great sin. You have done deeds unto me that ought not to be done. And Abimelech said unto Abraham, What saweth you that you have done this thing? And Abraham said, Because I thought, surely the fear of Elohim is not in this place, and they will slay me for my wife's sake. And yet indeed she is my sister. She is the daughter of my father, but not the daughter of my mother.
Now, we end up in situations. He knows, okay, surely I said that the love of Elohim is not in this place. Okay, so he's forced to go in a place where the love of Elohim is not there. We purposely go places where the love of Elohim is not there. We know good and damn well they have absolutely no love for Yahweh in the place that we going, and we just walk around like, I didn't expect nothing bad to happen. He knew, hey man, these folk operate differently. But he didn't have a choice in where he went. We have a choice. We decided to go to those places. And then was surprised when somebody walked up and groped the woman. And then we upset. Didn't you know you was going to the depths of hell? Matter of fact, on the website, it said, welcome to the depths of hell. That was their advertisement. You said, come on, baby, let's go. Where we going? To this club called the depths of hell. They be partying in and out. Right. And you surprised that they wanted to kill you for your woman when you went to a club called the depths of hell. Nobody be as smart and as dumb as us. Go ahead.
And she became my wife. And it came to pass, when Elohim caused me to wander from my father's house, that I said unto her, This is your kindness which you shall show unto me. At every place whither we shall come, say of me, he is my brother.
Now, what if this woman said, you know what, this ain't righteous, I ain't doing it. This is why I said it's a difference between the daughters of Sarah and the daughters of Eve. See, the daughters of Eve, you have to prove to them that you are worth listening to. The daughters of Sarah want to follow righteous leadership, even when they don't understand the righteous leadership. This might be something that's difficult to understand. There were times that Yeshua said some things, his disciples didn't understand it, but they kept following. They followed until they understood. Oh, so the bread is your body. You're going to substitute the bread for that. And then your blood, you're going to substitute wine for that. Oh, the rest of them are already gone. That's the difference between the daughters of Eve. See, the daughters of Eve already left. See, the daughters of Sarah said, now I'll wait on my understanding. Because I want to be a virtuous wife. Go ahead.
And Abimelech took sheep and oxen and men servants and women servants and gave them unto Abraham and restored him Sarah his wife. And Abimelech said, Behold, my land is before you. Dwell where it pleases you. And unto Sarah he said, Behold, I have given your brother 1,000 pieces of silver. Behold, he is to you a covering of the eyes unto all that are with you, and with all other. Thus she was reproved.
Now, it says, unto Sarah, behold, I have given your brother 1,000 pieces of silver. Behold, he is to you a covering of the eyes. Wait a minute. He is your covering. Of course he is your covering. See, the problem is people don't know that they are married to their covering. But you have to let the covering cover. But you can see where this right here can get pretty adversarial. What I got to keep telling these people that you my brother and that they gonna take me into their house? No, that's a different kind of sister, right? Sarah is a different kind of sister. But why do you think Yahweh chose her? And he knew that as he went about, that there was going to be desire for this woman. And the desire for a woman, he said, automatically, they're going to try to kill me. They're going to try to kill me. But see, we look at in a righteous situation, who was it? Boaz wanted Ruth, but he didn't go out and sow discord and do all of those things. He didn't threaten to kill the man. He didn't tell him that, look, now you the next in line. But I tell you what. Hey, look at her one more again. He didn't do that. He at least devised his situation so that he wouldn't be chargeable to his Elohim. He at first said, okay, this is about the land. Even though he had intentions of being with her. When it came through, he let it be known. All right, this is what it is, but you're going to have to do this. Then the man said, no. Well, you know what? I'll take it. That's what he wanted to start with. But he ain't tell no lies. He didn't sow no discord. He didn't try to dog the sister out. You know, Ruth a hoe. He didn't try to dog. Ain't nobody going to want that hoe. He didn't do that. He didn't try to lie. I know what your name them looking at him. He ain't no good. She need to be with me. He didn't do none of that. But going through these other lands, these people are representing the nation of Israel. And the nations are constantly trying to take us into their house. Because they know that blessings come with possessing Israel. So some of this stuff that we're reading, we are not really understanding what he's saying here. So as we do gather for these holy days, understand that when it comes down to it, Yahweh is going to retaliate for what happens unto his spouse. Do understand. That's all that we're going to do for today. Remember the Sabbath to keep it holy. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.